So it's okay to lose, you know, your arguments sometimes. It's okay to lose some arguments that you've had with your friends, your family, and other people. You don't have to win every argument that you're into. And what I would like to say as well is that, it's best not to engage in arguments all the time. So you should only engage in arguments if, you're trying to make a point. You just want to make a point. You shouldn't enter in arguments when you want to prove yourself right. So you shouldn't try to prove yourself right because, you know, the other side also believes that they are right. So if you engage in these types of arguments, then you would have an argument where both of you believe that you are right. And the tricky thing here is that when, you know, two people believe they are right, then it's never going to end until one of you or one of them proves the other wrong, which is impossible in arguments because from what I heard, when people enter into arguments, the brain believes, I don't know, the brain behaves like it is how the brains are in, wars. So that's what I heard. People in arguments have the same brain activities as people, in wars, people who are shooting with each other, the fear and all of those. It's purely fight or flight when in arguments. So there's no productivity in there. So if ever you engage in an argument with someone else, you should do so just to try and get your side in there and just try to get your side in there, but do not try to prove the other person wrong. So you've said your piece and that's it. Although I believe that can be quite scary as well. You know, I don't think that I myself would really, practice what I am saying because I disagree with my own point. Because, arguments are more than that. As someone who gets in argument with family members most of the time, the most likely outcome is that you won't be able to get a word in. That's the most likely outcome. You wouldn't be able to express your point at all because, you know, they want to prove you wrong. So in order to prove you wrong, they would say their piece and they wouldn't even allow you to get a word in. That way, the only argument on the table is their argument. And since it is the only argument on the table, then that argument must be the right one. And they don't allow you, or they don't even give you the chance to get your points in. So that's the technique. Do not, you take away their voice, they take away your voice. So I guess what I would like to advise is that if ever you are in an argument with someone, you know, first thing to do is you should try to be calm. It's best if you try to rationalize as much as you can and, believe that it isn't personal, even though it may seem it is personal and maybe it is personal. You just have to look at it as that, it is not personal and these people are talking out of their emotions. They're just talking out of their feelings and they don't really, you know, they don't really look at it logically. So it is not personal. They just feel that way. That is just their feelings. And for you, you should, just listen to what they're saying as if it is they're talking out of their emotions, but not necessarily meaning that what they're talking about is correct or true. And I would love to provide an advice on, how to win arguments, but even I myself aren't sure how to win arguments. So my current method is just to stay out of arguments. And when people try to say some mean stuff about me, I just let them say those stuff about you, because it's a reflection of their character, not you. They don't know who you are, but the the person that they're describing you as, that's someone that they got in their head. So that means when people talk, you know, mean about you, they're really describing something that is in their head. And if people are capable of describing you as a bad person, then there it means that there's evil in their heart, there's evil in their minds. And that's just the way I look at it. So it's best not to engage, evil plus evil, evil and evil fighting with each other. So, just try to let them be. Try to let them be themselves, to say whatever they want about you, and just let it go, because it is not personal. It is not personal. It is just business, and they're just talking about their feelings. So that's it, you know. And with regards to, again, how to conduct yourself when you are arguing with someone. So if you really want to, fight your way, you really want to prove your point to the other person, then I don't know about that because I am more of a pacifist in nature. But I believe that it would be something that I would want to practice as well. I want to, stand my ground in arguments more. I would want to, instead of just allowing them to throw those passing remarks, I would also love to, have my points in, engage in an argument, even though, there's the risk of you getting punched. But yeah, I guess that if that happens, then it happens. So I guess that'll be it for this one. I guess that was the best that I can do. Hopefully that the quality will improve the next time I try something like this again. And so yeah, I guess that's it. And